So a few times a year, a top player comes out with a post like this about the touchscreen debate, which is insufferable. It's never going to end. But their replies are just so funny because people who have never played touchscreen are so good at pretending like they know anything about how it works. So I just wanted to go through a few of these. Um, the first thing we see here is a poll asking yes or no to the question, should you count a touch device FC as first FC, which of course is like 70% no. That's how it's going to go. When you're surveying people who have never played touchscreen in their entire lives. But what I find even funnier is the reasoning some people give for this. First, we have Badu saying, if you vote yes, you don't play aim maps, which I think is really funny because he doesn't play touchscreen, but like go off, I guess. Here we have Kilohertz saying, hot take, if touchscreen counts, then halftime should too. That is a very hot take. It's a piping hot take, actually, because they're entirely different things. Zudi with the people voting no should touch grass. I like that one. Touchscreen has different star rating, different score multiplier, and different PP system. It's not the same game. It can't be compared with mouse or tablet. First of all, touchscreen does not have a different score multiplier. That's like the entire point of this debate. Second of all, if you're using star rating, score multiplier, and the PP system as like your gold standards, you're gonna run into some issues. No, on the 1 in a billion background, very helpful. I wouldn't count touch devices, no mod, that's for sure. Good thing it's a mod. Touch device is a 3D playstyle where you move your hands freely in a 3D space, whereas on tablet or mouse, you move over a 2D surface. This is crazy. Like, okay, the point they're trying to argue here is technically not wrong. Like, they're not saying anything that's not right. It's just that that's not the problem, right? Like, adding a dimension to your input doesn't make the game easier. It makes it harder, if anything. The problem is that you can use two hands. That's like the entire thing. I don't know why they went down this route. Blue Nation Osu with an interesting point. What if it's a stream map? This is where we get into a concept that different types of maps are very different on touchscreen. Like, aim maps are generally a lot easier on touchscreen, but stream maps are generally a lot harder, and that's not really something we see when we're comparing two different playstyles a lot. I mean, we might see it marginally, but not to the extent of comparing to, like, tablet and touchscreen. It's a lot to consider, and a lot of people don't consider that because leaderboards don't really consider different playstyles. It's just putting scores on top of other scores. So I don't know what the solution to that is, and a lot of people don't really consider that. So this one is making an analogy between the differences between like other kinds of playstyles, and like while it's not technically wrong, it has some value. It's like the difference between touchscreen and anything else is a lot bigger than the difference between tablet and mouse. That's why people don't really separate tablet and mouse scores. I think the most perplexing part of this actually is the end. I feel like the TD community used to have so much more support from the community. What happened? I don't know where you're getting that from. I mean, it's quite literally the easiest type of playstyle for jumps. You just poke the screen. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. You still have to aim. Like, you still have to look at where the circle is and process it and like be precise. Like, smaller circle size isn't like free on touchscreen. You'll find that it's actually like a very similar difficulty. You still have to learn how to aim. It doesn't go away. Osu Drama Days, sliding into the discussion. The insane advantage touchscreen players have on aim and the insane disadvantage on streams makes it incomparable. A good way to start, and then they put this score under it, as if this is just like something people can casually do, as if this isn't like one of the most insane scores anyone has ever set. Like, I don't think some people realize that touchscreen players can be better or worse than other touchscreen players. There's still like a skill progression involved. It's not just you switch to this magical playstyle and everything becomes very easy. FC is still FC. Not everyone can FC something on touch device in 1 hour. This is something I don't think a lot of people process. No one can FC something on touch device in 1 hour. You still have to get better at it, guys. It's not magic. And finally, we have this person. With what I think is the only good take in this entire thread. No one cares about touchscreen. It's just so true. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, no one really cares about touchscreen. Like, people will get angry about it in this thread, but at the end of the day, nothing ever really happens because people just don't care that much about touchscreen at all. So after seeing all of that, there's one central question that I really just want to address here. Why do touchscreen players play touchscreen? What reasons are there? Well, we used to be able to play for PP, but then they took that away. I mean, you can still do it for like a little bit, but then you realize that you're FCing 8-star jump maps with DT for 300 PP, and it gets a little demotivating. We used to be able to play for medals, but they got rid of that. You can't really get like high star rating medals anymore because they made a different touchscreen star rating or whatever. Tourneys, you can't really do those. I mean, you're just gonna get gapped on every single map, or you could try to join like an aim battle royale, but there's no way they'll let you in because there's the opposite situation. I mean, you're just gonna dominate every map. And then there's leaderboards, and people want to take that away too. And it's like, at that point, there's just not to my knowledge, there's just like no competition that touchscreen players can have. And it's like, well, why don't they make a separate leaderboard for touchscreen? Which is a point a lot of people bring up, like almost everyone. The problem with that is no one plays touchscreen because they keep taking away reasons to play touchscreen competitively. So a touchscreen leaderboard would be extremely boring. The only way I could see that working out is if they made it very obvious and like prominent that there is a touchscreen leaderboard too that you can play on and get free number ones on, so more people start playing touchscreen and they become interesting. However, I don't think they're going to do that because, as that one person pointed out, no one cares about touchscreen. So I just don't know. I mean, but like, if you want your answer to why touchscreen is so controversial, it's because like the only people we really have to compete against are tablet players. But tablet players don't want to be competed against by touchscreen players. So, in a sense, the only way to really have competitive fun is by making people mad. And I think that's the core of why people don't like touchscreen players. That really isn't addressed too often. How is that fixed? I have no idea. I don't think it's ever going to be fixed. But that's it. I don't know. Okay, before I end the video, I would like to add that Momo posted this reply while I was in the middle of recording, and it's definitely the best take on the situation out of anything in the entire thread. Okay, I'm actually done now. Bye.